very good day to Dr. Nulela and fellow viewers. Okay, today we are going to present on question 4, flexible budget, and question 5, standard costing and variable analysis. So basically this video is prepared by myself, Ronaldo Sago, Ahmad Ali bin Abdullah, Muhammad Karikwan bin Rosli, Ahmad Syahir bin Ramli, Muhammad Amir Koyum, and Agustin J. So, first I'm going to present on the first question, or at the first segment of first question, which is the A. Okay, firstly, we going to determine the unit variable cost and fixed cost of the above costing using the high-low method. So, for the direct material, we get 12 per unit. So, we calculate the fixed cost and we got 0. So, it's the cost behavior is variable cost. So the next one is direct wages, which is 42,000 minus 14,000. So we get divided by 6,000 minus 2,000, which we get 7 per unit. So 14,000 minus 7 times by 2,000, where we get also 0. So the cost behavior is variable cost. The third one is administrative salary, which is 38,000 minus 16,000 divided by 6,000 minus 2,000, which we get 5.5 per unit. So the fixed cost is 16,000 minus by 5.5 times by 2,000, which we get 5,000. So the cost behavior is mixed cost. The fourth one is rental, which is 13,000 minus by 13,000 divided by 6,000 minus 2,000, which we get 0. So the fixed cost is 13,000 minus 0 times 2,000, which we get 13,000. So the cost behavior is fixed cost. Okay, the second last is depreciation expenses, which is 8,500 minus by 8,500 divided by 6,000 minus 2,000, which we also get 0. So the fixed cost is 8,500 minus by 0 times 2,000, which we get 8,500. So the cost behavior is fixed cost. So the last one is other overhead, 86,500 minus by 30,500 divided by 6,000 minus 4,000. So we get 14 per unit. So the fixed cost is 30,500 minus by 14 times by 2,000, which we get 2,500. The cost behavior is mixed cost. Thank you.
So the next question we must do is cost performance report for April 2019. So firstly, we should do the table first. So the first row is variable cost and fixed cost. And second, flexible. And third, actual. And the last is variance. So the first is direct materials. So the flexible, the amount for the direct materials is 63,600. For actual is 74,000. And for variance is 10,400. So which means that this is the adverse amount. So the second is direct wages. So the flexible amount for direct wages is 37,100. For the actual is 36,900. And the variance is 200. So which means that this is a favorable amount. For the administrative salaries is 29,150. So for the actual is 38,600 and the variance is 9,450. So the amount is the adverse. Second and fourth, for the other overhead is 74,200 for the flexible, and the actual amount is 75,900. And the variance is 1,700, which is this is adverse. For the fixed cost, for the rental and for the flexible amount is 13,000, and the actual is 13,400, and the variance is 400, which means this is the adverse. And the last, depreciation expenses. For the flexible amount is 8,500. Actual amount is 8,700 and the variance is 200, which means that this is the adverse amount. So thank you.
Okay, now we go to the C part of the question. Okay, so the question is briefly explain two difference between fixed budget and flexible budget. Okay, for the first difference, which is performance evaluation. For fixed budget, comparison between actual and budget levels cannot be done accurately if there is a distinction in their activity levels. Meanwhile, for flexible budget, it provides a group base for making a comparison between the actual and budget's level. Okay, now we go to the second difference, which is the rigidity. For fixed budget cannot be modified as per the actual volume. Meanwhile, for flexible budget can be easily modified in accordance level attained. That's all.
Question 5a, I'm going to explain about standard cost card. So here, for the standard cost card, we have a direct material, direct labor, variable overhead, fixed overhead, standard cost, standard profit, and standard selling price. For direct material, the standard quantity is 10 kg and 50 ringgit per kilogram per set price, standard price, and which will cost 500 ringgit. Same goes as direct labor, variable overhead, and fixed overhead, which is standard quantity 3 hours, 25 ringgit for direct labor, 9 ringgit for variable overhead. Fixed overhead will cost 6 ringgit, which will equal to 105, 27, and 18 ringgit. So for the standard cost, which is the total of the previous one, is 650 ringgit, and for the standard profit is 120 ringgit, and standard selling price will cost you 770 ringgit.
Okay, now we are going to present question 5b. The first question is direct material price variance. The formula is standard price minus actual price times by actual quantity. The standard price is 5 ringgit minus with 5 ringgit and 10 cents multiplied by 4,200 units. We will get Rm 420 ringgit at best. Question number 2 is direct material usage variance. Formula is standard quantity of actual production minus by actual quantity times by standard price. The answer is 189,000 favorable. Question number 3 is direct labor rate variance. The formula is standard rate minus by actual rate times by actual hours. The answer is Rm 22,785 ringgit favorable. Number 4, direct labor efficiency variance. The formula is standard hours of actual production minus by actual hours times by standard rate. The answer is 24,507 ringgit at best. Question number 5, variable overhead expenditure variance. The formula is actual hours times by variable overhead. Question number 6 is variable overhead efficiency variance. The formula is standard hours of actual production minus by actual hours times by variable overhead absorption rate. The answer is 6,300 ringgit at best. Question number 7, fixed overhead volume variance. The formula is budgeted production volume minus by actual production volume times by fixed overhead absorption rate per unit. The answer is Rm 1,200 ringgit at best. Question number 8, fixed overhead expenditure variance. The formula is budgeted fixed overhead cost minus by actual fixed overhead cost. The answer is Rm 9,075 ringgit at best. Question number 9 is sales price variance. The formula is standard sales price minus actual sales price times by actual sales volume. The answer is 126,000 at best. Question number 10, sales volume variance. The formula is standard sales volume minus by actual sales volume times by standard sales price. The answer is around 30,000 ringgit. Favorable.
Okay, for the question C, 5C, the question is give two reasons for adverse material price variance. So the first answer is the overall hike in the market price of material, and the second is increase in bargaining power of supplies. Okay, for 5D, the question is what is, briefly explain the difference between standard cost and budget. Okay, a budget usually refers to department or a company projected revenues, costs or expenses. A standard quality refers to a projected event per unit or product, per unit or input such as direct material, factory overhead or per unit of the department. Okay, that's all.